Who am I as a filmmaker? It all starts from my childhood obsession with art and creating. My passion for music and the stories behind the words is what drew my interest to this art. I started out writing music. Music has always been a part of my life. It was when I started seeing music videos that I got intrigued with the process of bringing stories to video. As soon as my family owned a video camera, which is pretty rare, I started creating. We started filming these lip sync videos with our favorite music, and then we would get the whole family together to show it off to everyone. I remember loving to watch these videos and listen to the music, but the thing that intrigued me most is how I progressed in my editing skills. Okay, so at that point there wasn't much editing. It was more like cuts, scene to scene. This is when I realized that I not only loved to write stories, but I also loved bringing them to life. As I got older, I continued to work in music and video. I even moved to Nashville, Tennessee, and worked with some pretty well-known artists. That was a very awesome time in my life. While in Nashville, I met my wife. We decided to move out of the city and start our family in my hometown of North Carolina. I continued to write music and stories. I even opened a recording studio in my house, and for a while I helped out local bands in my hometown. It was really an awesome experience. Good camera equipment was extremely expensive at that time, so I continued to focus more on songwriting and storytelling on paper. Finally, after a few years had passed, I bought my first DSLR. And that's when I started to focus on visually telling a story. At this point, I was learning how to frame shots, which I was horrible at. And I was trying to figure out how to make each picture taken line up just right with what I had in my vision. I could never figure out why some pictures look great and some not so much. I started talking to my wife about my passion and decided that I was going to drop everything and become a photographer. I really wanted to master the art of a good shot. After much deliberation, I talked my wife into moving to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina so that I could master the art of photography. I honestly didn't know what to expect with this move. I just knew that I was going to do everything I could to make my dream happen. My beach photography journey turned out pretty successful. I'm really proud of that. I worked really hard to build my clients, which were mainly tourists, but I was learning the craft that I so desperately wanted to learn. After all these amazing experiences, all I could think about was creating my own projects. I started writing ideas for reality shows that I wanted to film. My first project was Road Seekers. This show is about a journey of two guys as they travel the country in search of amazing things that we can all enjoy right in our own backyards. The whole concept is to get people off of their couch and out exploring in their towns for adventure. I've had a ball in this show, and we are still in the filming process. One of my other favorite projects is about the homeless community. I have written the concept for this, but we are still raising budget for the filming. My goal with this project is to find a way that we all can help the homeless, in particular the homeless veterans. That's really close to my heart. My main focus lately has been my YouTube channels. I started my first channel in early 2016 called The Morning Juice. The concept of this channel is two guys that get to know one another while completing ridiculous tasks. The show's concept is a broad spectrum of real-life situations that the average person never thinks about, or they think about it but just don't know how to achieve. It's a silly channel that is also personable. My other channels are a representation of characters I've developed as well as hidden talents. My channel Redneck Genius is a vulgar, dry comedy channel that says all the things that you want to say but you don't. Everything that I do on this channel is in good fun and in no way meant to be taken to heart. My other channel is the complete opposite. This channel is called iMedia, which is my production company. This channel is all about unboxings, product reviews, and the tutorials on how to use programs such as Final Cut Pro and Photoshop. Basically, this is a learning channel. This is my nerdy side coming out. Let me adjust my glasses. Being blessed with all these experiences has truly taught me a lot. I have learned that I love all aspects of filmmaking. I have learned that not only do I love the process of creating from behind the scenes, but I also love to be in front of the camera as well. I love it all. I've made it my mission to learn how to do all processes of filmmaking. I love to write, film, and edit. I've had some of my colleagues ask me daily, what makes a filmmaker? It used to be a hard question for me to answer, but now I have lived it. My answer is always a good story. To me, a good story is what makes a filmmaker. Not only a good story, but capturing that story in the light that brings it to life for the viewer. It's the whole point. I am constantly learning from day to day more and more of how to bring these stories to life and how to make them pleasing for the viewer. Who am I as a filmmaker? I'm a storyteller. That's who I am.